Greetings. How to read greens like an expert. Good morning. I'm Ken Martin, PGA member and golf program instructor here at Keiser University's College of Golf. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe by clicking the button below. So today, how to read greens like an expert. As you can see on this putting green, we've got a pretty good slope from your left to right. And we've got, it's going uphill, lower down this way and going uphill this way. When you read greens, the most important thing that you have to take into account is the speed that the golf ball is going to go into the hole. Because the speed the ball is moving is going to have a direct result on how much break the putt is going to have. Our green here at Keiser is very fast. It's probably running close to 12 on a stimp meter. So it's easy for a putt to get away from you if you hit it too hard. But bottom line is, what I like to use and suggest is that you do some practice with what I call dead weight putting. And dead weight putting is allowing the golf ball to arrive at the hole at a speed that it will fall right into the center. It won't bash into the back of the cup, and it won't just drip over the front of the cup. It'll go right into the center of the cup. That's a very specific speed, but it's a good starting place to be able to get your attention on making certain that you are literally feeling the speed. And speed feel just comes about through practice. So what I want to show you here, I think I'll start off with the uphill putt. And when we have an uphill putt, obviously we can, because gravity is going to have an effect on the speed of the golf ball for more, because it's actually fighting the slope. The idea is that we could actually keep the pace up on an uphill putt, because even if we hit it a little bit too hard, it's not going to run too far by. So simply speaking, the main idea on an uphill putt is just to make sure that we have enough speed to get the ball to the hole. And even if it's a little bit too hard, it's not going to go very far by. But we saw that was pretty straight, and for the most part, that was actually really good speed as far as it being about dead weight. So that one took a little bit of a hook there at the end. But bottom line is, because the speed was so good, it actually makes the hole a little bit bigger. You can actually make it fall in the side. But bottom line here is, uphill putts, we have to make sure we hit firm enough to make sure they get to the hole. The opposite of that would be a downhill putt. So on this side, we have a downhill putt. And again, I have to be able to visualize the speed of this ball just falling into the center of the hole. If I hit this one too hard, because it's downhill, it can really get away from me. And so that speed intent is very important. And it all comes through visualization of the ball just kind of dripping, not dripping over the front, although that's probably the better miss on this one, but just trying to get it to fall just into the center. There's a good example of one that got away from me a little bit too hard. So I've got to make sure that I have a little bit softer stroke so that the ball's rolling a little slower. So a little bit of a misread. This one's actually breaking a little right, but that was better speed, and that would make the next putt a little bit easier. But you can see downhill putts, I really have to pay attention to how far the ball is actually going to roll and how it's going into the hole. So let's take a look at a left to right breaking putt. So this putt is pretty level, but should be breaking to the right. Again, if a putt is hit too hard, it's not going to break very much at all. So this first example, if I hit it out to the left and hit it a little bit too hard, we don't get quite the break to bring it back to the hole. So again, trying to think of dead weight so the ball falls just right in the middle of the hole. I can hit it, and we'll start to see this one's going slower and had a pretty good line, held this line pretty good. We'll go one more try at this one. And again, these were a little bit short, but they're safe. And that's a great example there of how hard a ball is going to break as it's slowing down when you've got a side hill putt. So this one was left to right. We'll go over to this one and see the same type of thing. So this one should break right to left. And again, if a putt is hit a little bit too hard, then what's going to happen is it'll go right through the break and won't have much of a chance going in. So if I try to make it fall in the hole dead weight, you'll see what it does as far as break. So it's considerably slower, and that one's ideal. So it took all the break at the end, all because of the speed. So the idea behind expert green reading is first being able to understand the speed that the ball is going to go into the hole. So two other things we're going to take a look at. One is the lay of the land. And I think from the beginning of this, we can see that the left side of this green is considerably higher than the right side of this green. So we know that the general slope is from left to right from over here. So that makes it easy for us to tell which way the golf ball is going to break if we know the general lay of the land. My suggestion is that when you have, the best thing to do is to actually try to find the fall line, what you think might be the straight putt. So in the beginning, what I'm always trying to do is try to imagine what would be a straight uphill putt. And on this one, because I see how high it is over there versus how low it is going this direction, I've got a pretty good guess that this is straight. So that means any putt to the right of that is going to break to the left, and any putt to the left of that line is going to break to the right. So finding the fall line really helps make me certain about which direction the putt is going to break. Once I've determined how much the putt is going to break, once I've determined the direction it's going to break, then I have to determine how much, and that's a function of speed. So again, I have to go back to imagining how the ball is going to go into the hole, and that will give me an idea of how much break to play. Now, the best drill that I can offer you would be the compass drill, which is fantastic. It's something as simple as using a couple golf balls. I like to start from about 3 feet, and I go back with 2 golf balls every 3 feet. And the idea is to try to roll the first ball in so that it goes right into the center of the hole. You get a mulligan if you don't do it correctly. So if I hit the first one too hard, then I would try to make an adjustment and hit the second one softer so that it falls into the center. Then I go, so this is one direction, that's actually to the west for us. Then I would go up here and I'd go 3 feet away, 2 golf balls to the south. And again, 1 putt trying to make it roll right in the center. If I don't get the speed right, then the second ball is there for me to make the adjustment. Then I go 3 feet from the next direction, which is to the east, 2 golf balls, again, trying to attempt dead weight speed with both. And then back down to the last direction, which is to our north, and that would be 2 golf balls trying to roll the ball dead weight into the hole. After you've done it from those 4 different directions, then you go back another 3 feet. So now you're going to be at 6 feet, and you run the whole circle again. Then you go back to 9 feet and run the whole circle again. And then 12 feet, 15 feet, 18 feet. I like to go all the way out to 21 feet. Always with the intent of rolling the ball dead weight into the center of the hole. It'll really clue you into how you create your sense of feel for hitting the ball the correct distance. And because you're using the 4 directions, it will really give you an experience on the greens you're going to be playing on how much break you actually have to play at different distances based on that dead weight speed. I recommend doing this if you're going to go out and play a round of golf. This exercise, if you do all the way back to 21 feet, will take you 30 to 40 minutes. So that's a little bit too much time to spend in a warm-up. But you can certainly do something like every 6 feet. You can use 1 ball at each station. You can, as long as you do all different directions, you're going to experience uphill, downhill, left to right, and right to left putts. And you'll have a great idea about the speed and the amount of break you have to play once you get out on the golf course. So there you have it, how to putt like an expert.